Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Donovan, and today we're going to do an unboxing and first look at the brand new Samsung Galaxy Watch. It's been available for all of one day now, and you can see here I have the 46mm version with LTE. So we'll talk more about why I decided to pick that version up in just a little bit, but first let's go ahead and talk about the prices. So you can see here they're available on Amazon.com. $330 for the smaller version, that's the 42mm, and that's available in both black and rose gold. And then the version I have, if you don't get the LTE version, is $350. Now add $50 to each of these prices if you want the LTE version. So basically what I got right here was $400 plus taxes plus an activation fee, so another $25. So I had to walk out of this thing with $450 into the Galaxy Watch. So we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. So first let's talk about why did I pick up the LTE version. So this is the watch I've been using basically I think for about the last 3 or 4 weeks, and you can see I have the LTE version of the Apple Watch Series 3. My wife got very used to being able to call me while I'm out on a long run, so having that available, because we have some little ones at home, that was really nice to have. And so she basically told me that when I get a new watch I need it to be LTE. So there you go, that's why I have the LTE version, because I hate carrying around my phone. That's pretty much a non-negotiable for me. And then why did I get the 46mm? Well, I picked up the 46mm over the 42 primarily because of one thing, and that's the battery. So if you don't know this already, this is really key. The 46mm Galaxy Watch comes with a 472 milliamp hour battery. So they claim up to 4 days of battery life for this one with that 472 milliamp hour battery. If you pick up the 42mm version, you only get 270 milliamps, and they claim 3 days. So a full 202 more milliamp hour battery in the Galaxy Watch 46mm. So that's the main reason why I decided to pick up this one, even though it's going to be more bulky. I think it's 0.5 more ounces than the other one, but that's why I picked it up. So without further ado, I've talked enough. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing. Alright, so before I get it all paired up, I did want to do a few comparisons. So here it is next to the 42mm Apple Watch Series 3. So you can see it is considerably bigger than that. In terms of weight, it's definitely heavier as well, which is probably pretty obvious. Now here is the TicWatch Pro right next to it, and you can see basically these kind of have the same footprint. This one definitely has some bigger buttons here on the side, so these don't protrude nearly as much. But very similar footprint. This one actually, I feel like, if I'm doing a quick comparison, this one definitely feels a little bit heavier. Now this is an Android Wear watch available for $250, but it doesn't have LTE. And then one more watch, this is my Amazfit Stratus, so one of my favorite watches to go running with. But for right now, I'm going to be using the Galaxy Watch. So you can see basically about the same size as well. There's no question this one's thinner though, because it's not nearly as much metal in the build for this one. Now, as far as the Samsung watch goes, you can see we have that metal build along the side. This is a beautiful looking watch, to be completely honest with you. And it has the 22mm bands, of course, so you can easily replace these with any kind of really nice bands. If you want a nice stainless steel watch band, whatever you want to replace it with, you can do that. Of course, we have the heart rate sensor on the back. Along the side we have our speaker, and then the microphone over here, and then our 2 buttons for back and home. And then the bands, I notice, are definitely a lot more flexible than what they were on the S3 Frontier. So that's kind of cool. I actually prefer these bands for sure. Now obviously I haven't been wearing it, but I can already tell you right off the bat that the fact that they're more flexible is going to be appreciated by me anyways. Alright, so real quick, in the box you get, of course, the wireless charger. So this is our Qi wireless charger. Now one thing you'll notice is that it does use micro USB. It does come with a nice long micro USB cable. I'm not actually going to use this one since I have a ton of them already. We got our quick start guides. We have the extra band, so this is definitely the one I'll have to use because I have definitely a smaller wrist. And then of course our charging brick here. Can you tell that I like to wear watches? Yeah, probably. Okay, so this is the charging brick it comes with. But pretty much that's it in the box. Now let's go ahead and get this thing set up. Now, I do want to mention that I am going to be setting it up with an iPhone because I do have a Note 9 on the way. But for now, I want to go ahead and set it up with my Note 9, or sorry, with my iPhone 8 Plus, since this has my LTE service. All right, so I got the watch set up pretty much how I like it. We'll say it's about at 90% right now, and it took me a little while. The reason it took me a while is because it basically took 3 attempts to get it right. The reason I say that is because I tried it out with the iPhone 8 Plus, got it all set up, everything was working just fine, had no issues getting all my notifications and everything, except one thing, and that is LTE was not working. That's a big deal for me. Again, one of the reasons I got it was because I wanted that LTE connectivity. So then I went with an Android device. I tried it out with a Xiaomi Mi 8, and basically the same thing. Everything was working just fine, got music synced up and everything, but then I had the issue of, again, LTE would not work when connected up with the Xiaomi Mi 8. So I had to go to this phone. This is the J7 Star. It's a T-Mobile exclusive device, and of course, being a Samsung device, it worked just fine. So I'm getting LTE on it now. So you'll see up here, it's connected Bluetooth, got the battery. So when you come from the top down, that's how you're going to get your shortcuts. So that's really cool. All kinds of shortcuts available there. You can see I have a pretty plain Jane watch face here, but you can just basically hold down on the watch face and then scroll over to the left and right. And of course you can adjust this on the app as well. If I go over here to the left, you can see I have my notifications, and of course I can go with the dial as well. And I will say that that rotating bezel up here on the top is so awesome. I love it. Even compared to like the crown over here on the Apple Watch, I definitely prefer that rotating bezel. That's just so cool. And obviously this one doesn't have that. So the old TicWatches actually had kind of like a tickle side, but on the new TicWatch you definitely don't have that. So we have it here on this device. So that's cool. I love that rotating crown or rotating bezel up here on the top. So then you can set up these shortcuts however you want. You can see obviously I'm exercise focused, so I have the workout set up first, then some exercise information, then the weather, sleep. So this is all stuff that you can set up however you want. So there's my music, and then there's Spotify. Now I didn't actually set up my Spotify account yet because I'm just going to go with some music. I downloaded a bunch of music onto it directly from my phone over to the watch. No problems at all. Super easy. So this is our home button, back button. So we'll go ahead and go home. And if you hit the home button here, it'll take you into all your apps. You can go into your 3 different, well, I have 3 different app drawers, but you can adjust these however you want. So that's kind of cool. And overall, I would say after maybe a couple hours of messing with it, I finally got the watch to something I really like. Now, one feature I would say that I'm really disappointed in compared to like the Apple Watch, and something I love about the Apple Watch, especially with LTE, is there's lots of different music options here. So I love running, and I love running with music specifically. So here I have Apple Music, of course I have Spotify, and things like that. This one has 16 gigs of internal storage, whereas this one only, of course, has 4 gigs, but you really only have about 2.5 available after the OS. So I basically just downloaded music from my phone, but of course you can use Spotify. As far as I know, those are the only 2 options. So that's my biggest negative so far. The one thing that I really don't like that I've run into up to this point, I tested out a couple phone calls. Everything sounds great. Connected it up to some Bluetooth headphones. Everything was working just fine there as well. So a lot more to come on this device so far. I gotta say, it was a little bit of a bumpy start with it, but I'm definitely getting used to it and enjoying it. So anyways, quick look at the Samsung Galaxy Watch. A lot more coverage to come. Subscribe to the channel for more in the near future on the Galaxy Watch and some comparisons to some of these other watches that I've been using for a real long time. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.